Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. In today's video, we are going to discuss the best answer copies of UPSC toppers. As part of this series, the first video we will be discussing UPSC 2023 All India Rank 2 Animesh Pradhan's Ethics Answer Copy students. In this particular video series, we will not only showcase the best answer copies of UPSC toppers, we will also give you the strategy, what strategy you should adapt in your mains examination also to fetch the same or maximum kind of marks in the ethics paper. So this is the syllabus of the ethics paper. Let's go into the question which has been asked, dear students. For effective corporate governance to take place in the coming years, why it is important to integrate ESG metrics with the multi-stakeholder approach? What benefits can be accrued by such integration? So it's a 10 marker question. They have asked to answer in 150 words, and we know very well for a 10 marker question, a maximum of only 2 pages will be given in the UPSC mains examination, students. Not only that, if you look at this particular question, as part of the question, there has been 2 segments which has been asked in the question. So while addressing the answer also, we need to put minimum 2 subheadings in our body of the answer. That is the first understanding we should be having. Not only that, if you look at this particular question which has been asked here on corporate governance, it is also pertaining to the UPSC ethics syllabus. If you look at this is the ethics syllabus, students, you can clearly point out corporate governance. So it is a direct question which has been asked from the ethics syllabus only. Okay, students, we know very well now what is the demand of the question overall. So let's look into how this UPSC topper Animesh Pradhan has addressed the question in a creative and effective manner. So he has started the answer with an introduction, students, and this introduction is clearly visible, and he has written 4 lines. Usually, I'll be advising my students to write 3 to 4 lines introduction. That would be the best way to write for all the major GS subjects in UPSC mains examination. Not only that, if you read his introduction, corporate ethics advocates the Trinitarian welfare model catering to effective environmental, social governance norms, fulfilling the spirits of equity and sustainability. So, if you look at it overall, he has underlined the important keywords, students. Not only that, he has taken the main keyword which has been asked here in the question, and he has tried to link it to the context of the question. And he has also used the keywords such as equity and sustainability. The introduction is very complete, to the point, and addressing the question clearly. So, you'll be getting the maximum 1 mark easily for the introduction, students. Let's look at the conclusion here. With SEBI mandating business and sustainability reporting, India is moving towards an empowered ethical corporate governance. So overall, students, he has concluded his answer by linking it with current affairs. That is the recent what is SEBI doing with respect to corporate governance. Usually, I will be advising my students whenever you are writing an conclusion that should be linked with current affairs. So he has done that in a very good manner, student. So he will be getting the maximum 1 mark for his conclusion also, because he has underlined the keywords also in the conclusion and linked it with current affairs, and he has also addressed the core theme, that is ethical or corporate governance. So he has justified the demand of the question by using the keyword in introduction as well as in conclusion. So he's staying within the theme of the question what is asked here. Let's now focus on the body of the answer, students. As I said earlier, there are only 2 segments which has been asked in the question. So there should be 2 subheadings. He has used the first subheading, importance of integrating ESG metrics with multi-stakeholder approach. And the second subheading, he has addressed it in a schematic manner. This presentation itself is a creative presentation. For this only, you'll be fetching extra marks also, students. Okay, let's look into the other components in the entire, that is the body of the answer. So body of the answer, he has addressed the answer in a point-wise format. For the first subheading, he has written 5 points. And let's look at the second subheading, students. Here he has linked the second subheading and demarcated into 3 major components: environmental, social, governance. Those are the keywords which has been asked here, and they are asking about the benefits also. And he is linking that benefit with the environmental, social, and governance component. That is why I am saying, what is the beauty of answer writing is how much you are going to stay within the theme of the question asked in the question. Many students are writing ethics answer, but what is missing in most of the students when we compare that their answers with UPSC toppers is how far you are justifying your answer content by staying, or mainly you are addressing the theme of the question. The crucial, what is the theme which has been asked here is corporate governance and the keyword ESG. So how far and how much maximum you are linking that your answer with that particular keywords, you are going to fetch maximum marks in UPSC mains exam. That is what this topper is doing. So he has used that keywords environmental, social, governance to that benefits also. And he has then addressed that in a systematic, schematic manner presentation, students. And he has used examples also in his answers. Okay. Overall, if you look at it, there is a usage of diagram for the first component and usage of schematic component, schematic diagram for the second component. So his presentation is very, very unique. For that presentation also, you will be getting extra marks because of this usage of diagrams as well as the example. You will be getting extra 1 mark, students. That is, for this diagram itself, you'll be getting half a mark, and for the example, whatever he has written, he'll be getting additional half a mark. Let's now go into the body of the answer. For the first subheading, students, importance of integrating ESG metrics with multi-stakeholder model. He has addressed the main theme of the question. What is the importance? It is giving balanced approach. It is providing maximum of reciprocity. Then if you look at it, it is also providing ethical standards and governance and better work culture. Sustainable development also addresses the Paris demand. Then it also is linking with McKinsey report that diversity in organization improves productivity. So it is leading to production via inclusion. So overall, if you look at this particular answer writing, students, he has tried by addressing the main demand of the question in an ethical manner. That's what I will be saying. Whenever some kind of question is asked in GS paper 4, you should write your answers in an ethical way, not by linking it in other GS components. If you look at it overall, in majority of his points, he has addressed the ethical dimension, ethical corporate governance, ethical standards. And if you look at the other answers also, he has tried to link it with environmentally ethical. How much he is using the word ethical to stay and justify the examiner, I am writing only an ethics answer, please catch it up. This you should be very clear, students. You should not confuse the examiner that you are writing GS paper 1, paper 2, paper 3 answer or ethics answer. You should give clarity by highlighting or using the frequent keywords in your answer. That's what this topper has done. Okay, overall he has written 5 points in a very beautiful manner by staying within the demand of the question. So each point half a mark, 2.5 marks. And if you look at the second major components, he has addressed the environmental, social, and governance model in a beautiful manner. So each of that half of mark, 1.5 mark. And for example, you will be getting another half mark extra, as I said earlier, students. So overall, in this particular answer writing, if you look at it, for the introduction, he got 1 mark. Conclusion, he got 1 mark, 2 marks. And for the first body of the answer, he got 2.5 plus of 3 marks. So 2 plus 3, 5. And second component, 1.5 plus of 7 marks. So out of a 10 marker question, he has got almost 7 marks, students. And not only this is going to be the highest mark in your ethics paper, you should understand why this topper is only able to get 7 marks. Why not other students? Means you should look at the unique presentation. Presentation is trying to include diagrams, which many of the students who are writing ethics answer are not at all doing. You should learn that from this UPSC topper, Animesh Pradhan, and the usage of examples in a subtle and beautiful manner. Why I am saying that is, many students, if you ask them to write examples, you are overflooding the examples for majority of the points. That is not the requirement. You should try to convince the examiner that you are highlighting or using examples in a organic manner, not in a forced way. That should be the beauty of answer writing. And more importantly, the uniqueness of this topper, I would be saying, is staying within the theme of the question. What is the theme of the question? Corporate governance. He has stayed within the theme of the question and justified the topic, the corporate governance word, in introduction and conclusion in a very beautiful manner. So overall, this answer stands very unique. That's why I have selected this answer as best answer copy of the UPSC toppers in the ethics series, students. Even if you look at the marks of Animesh Pradhan in the GS paper 4, he got out of 250, 134 marks, which is going to be one of the outstanding marks you can fetch in GS paper 4. Why I am saying this is, students, on an average, most of the students who are writing UPSC mains, they are only getting 90 to 100 marks. The main reason why the other students are not able to get this 30 to 50 marks extra in ethics paper is they are not practicing answer writing for ethics. Most of the students are only reading till the day before the exam of UPSC mains without practicing ethics paper. And ethics preparation itself don't need more than 10 days. So instead of reading more on ethics, my sincere suggestion to the candidates who wanted to write next year UPSC mains, Please keep writing ethics and practice as much as you can, and try to get feedback from your mentor and improve your answer writing, and try to compare your answer writing with the tough UPSC toppers. See how much you are staying parallelism with those of UPSC toppers answer copy. Then you can also be one among the toppers in future. Okay. Now let's remember what are the important points we have learned in today's video through our answer copy analysis is, in ethics you should have a proper introduction, body, conclusion, especially for an ethics answer. And subheading approach depends upon how many segments are asked in the question. Point-based format is going to be the constant theme for majority of the question in ethics, but for some questions such as ethics code-based questions, you can write paragraph-based format, and you can also use hybrid model, mix of point and paragraphing ethics answers. And usage of diagram, you can use various Venn diagram, schematic diagrams like how Animesh Pradhan has drawn very beautifully. Because of that, he is able to fetch that extra 1 mark or 2 mark per question in ethics. And the usage of example, it should not be too much overflowing in your answer. It should be justifying the theme of the question which is asked there. So through this way, if you could write your ethics answer, students, you can also fetch maximum marks. I hope this video is useful to you. We'll come up with more such videos. Thank you, students.